morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the game between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Chiba Lotte Marines. It was a game that we were supposed to call earlier tonight between the Giants and the Tigers, and that set us off course for a little bit as we had some technical difficulties getting a feed. But we have a feed for here, and we are going to give you the Eagles and the Marines. This is going to be an important clash in the Pacific League as both of these teams are fighting for the final playoff spot. Currently, right now, the Marines have a 2.5 game lead over the Golden Eagles, but the Golden Eagles have 4 games in hand. This is the first of a few games that they're going to play against each other, so they can gain some ground, can the Golden Eagles? Some direct victories potentially over the Marines. First of all, we're going to give you the starting lineups for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Leading off in right field is number 51, Yuya Ogo. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 66, Tsuki Muribayashi. In the 3 spot and playing in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. In the cleanup spot and playing third base is number 3, Hideto Asamura. Batting in the 5 spot and doing the designated hitting is number 55, Yuma Yasuda. Batting 6th at first base is number 7, Daichi Suzuki. Batting 7th in left field is number 39, Yukiya Ito. Batting 8th at second base is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. And batting 9th and doing the catching tonight is number 70, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. And they're going to be facing for the Marines, a veteran, Yuki Kurikawa, as he takes to the mound with a 3-0 record. He's worked 32 innings. He's allowed 22 hits, 6 runs. All have been earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 26, and he's got himself an earned run average of 1.69. The 36-year-old is drinking from the fountain of youth this year as he is having himself a nice season in limited duty. Now your starting lineup for the hometown Chiba Lotte Marines. Leading off and playing in right field is number 25, Hiromi Oka. Batting second at second base is number 7, Yudai Fujioka. Batting third in left field is number 3, Ketsuya Kakanaka. In the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 99, Neftali Soto. Batting 5th and doing the designated hitting is number 22, Gregory Polanco. Batting 6th and doing the catching is number 32, Toshiya Sato. Batting in the 7th spot and playing third base is number 8, Shogo Nakamura. Batting 8th at shortstop is number 57, Ryusei Ogawa. And batting 9th in center field is number 1, Kyoda Fujiwara. And they're going to be facing the other veteran who's going tonight for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It'll be Takayuki Kishi. And for Kishi, he is 5-10 on the season. He's got 119 innings pitched, 127 hits allowed, 45 runs, 41 have been earned. He's walked 26 and struck out 58. And he's got an earned run average of 3.10. And more importantly for Kishi, he is the first time that somebody has won 60 games with 2 different teams in the Pacific League, as he has done that with both the Marines and his former ball club, the Saitama Seibu Lions. Well, those are your starting lineups. Kurikawa is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll get this one underway in 30 seconds for you, as it'll be the Marines and the Eagles when we return. Well, here we go, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order here for the Eagles to face the right-hander Kurikawa, and the first pitch of the game is underway, and it is taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Yuya Ogo. Ogo, Muribayashi, and Tatsumi to come to bat here for the Eagles in the top half of inning number 1. As there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Ogo batting .260 with 7 homers and 47 runs driven in on the season. Hitting in the leadoff spot, enjoying arguably the finest season of his NPB career. There's a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the third baseman, Nakamura. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Ogo on a ground out 5-3. He caught him on the fists. He was able to fight it off, but not enough to get by the third baseman Nakamura, and he's in the books for the first out of inning number 1. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Mitsuki Muribayashi. As Muribayashi strides to the plate, he's hitting 249 on the year with 6 homers and 49 runs batted in. Very upright stance here for the right-handed hitting shortstop. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a called strike right down the heart of the plate. Right-hander really works quickly here. It is a blustery day in Chiba as the fastball is delivered. The count is quickly 0-2. As we said, Kurakawa has had a pretty good season this year, as I said, in limited action. He has been a veteran of the NPB since 2008, all with the Chiba Lotte Marines. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted down the right field line. It is just going to slice foul out of the reach of the right fielder, Hiromi Oka. The count remains at 0-2. Defensively tonight for Chiba from left to right field, it is Kakanaka is in left. The center fielder is Fujiwara, and in right field, it's Oka. Around the horn from first to third, it is Polanco at first. The second baseman is Fujioka. At short, it is Ogawa and the third baseman Nakamura with the battery of Kurakawa and Sato. And that fastball was swung on and lifted foul into the seats, and the count remains at 0-2 to Muribayashi. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It is going to drift back into the seats on the first base side of home plate, and the count remains at 0-2. In the earlier game, or the game that we ended up not calling, we were sharing with our viewers that there was a all-time record at bat yesterday, as it was Masaya Yano of the Carp faced 22 pitches from the Dragons pitcher Wakui until he was able to battle him and eventually get a walk, because there's a breaking ball outside to Muribayashi. That's pretty impressive, a 22 at pitch at bat. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there is a fastball swung on it, is chopped up the middle, fielded on the run by the shortstop Ogawa. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Muribayashi on a ground out 6-3. So 2 up and 2 in the books here for the Golden Eagles, and that's going to leave it all up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. We saw the Golden Eagles last night as they were in Fukuoka to play the Hawks, and it didn't go so well for the Eagles, as this is a single game here today. Tomorrow they will have the day off, as both teams are in action tonight. There's a fastball that misses up and away. Count is 1-0 to Tatsumi. Tatsumi batting .294 on the season, 7 homers and 56 runs batted in. As there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. It is a blustery day as per usual in Chiba. It is right on the water is the park, and lots of wind that is blowing. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 2-1. And I have to say, it is actually really pleasant when you're at the game because of the humidity that's in the area, but the constant sea breeze that you get doesn't make it feel as warm as maybe what it should be. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be hit through the 4-hole into right field, and Tatsumi's aboard with a 2-out single here in the first. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Hideto Asamura. Some rare Monday baseball in the Japanese League. As we said before, we wanted to get on that game earlier between the Giants and the Tigers, and we were having some difficulties. We get every other game, and we couldn't get that one. And the other games that are going on, there's one game is already a final, as the Dragons beat the Carp 1-0. That game is a final. It's in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Tigers are trailing the Giants 1-0. As that game's nearing its completion potentially. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line. It is slicing, and it is just going to slice foul the right field foul pole, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Asamura. One game that we were watching that we flicked away, of course, on now, we were watching the Swallows and the Bay Stars, and the Bay Stars had a 3-0 lead on the Swallows. And the Swallows have come all the way back and taken the lead in the bottom of the 8th, 4-3. So that game there is of equally importance. If the Bay Stars lose, they won't be able to get any more distance between them and the Carp. As there's a fastball that misses inside. It's now 1-1 to Asamura. It is a race over there in the Central League, as the Giants, as we said, winning 1-0 right now, have a one-game lead over the Tigers. As the right-hander holds to the set position, here's the pitch. Fastball that misses down. The runner is off to the races, and Tatsumi's going to slide into second base with his 19th stolen base of the year. I didn't get the call on the last one. It looked like it may have been a ball to Asamura. And the throw from Sato was not in time. It did take the second baseman Fujioka off the base. But 19th stolen base in the books here for Tatsumi. And the Eagles continue to run against their opposition. If he can get another stolen base, he'll join Ogo and Kobakata in the 20-plus stolen base department. That last pitch was a ball to Asamura, so here comes the 2-1. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home with the first run of the ball game is going to be Tatsumi, and the Eagles are on the board with a 1-0 lead on an RBI single off the bat of Hideto Asamura. And the Eagles have got themselves going here with 2 out. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuma Yasuda. And for Yasuda, he's entering the game tonight hitting .299. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. But he has been very, very good in the last little bit here. And it looks like that game may be over at the Koshin Stadium. And it does look like it is a final score of 1-0 for the Giants, so they'll re-extend their lead to 2 games. There's the first pitch, fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. When Yasuda comes to bat, I don't know if I have not seen him swing at a first pitch in his last number of at-bats. I can't remember. He is a very aggressive hitter when he steps up into the batter's box. That's just a mental note I'm sure that the other teams will have, that he does like to swing at the first pitch, and he does do it often. So no balls and 1 strike to the designated hitter of the Golden Eagles, as he had to retreat to the dugout and get himself a new bat. So no balls and 1 strike. Asamura gets his lead at first. As the right-hander holds to the set, here comes the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Jeremy Orr said, what happened in game 1? Only 30-minute feed. Yeah, we had a problem in the first game, Jeremy. We couldn't get the feed up. We could get the feed going for the Swallows and the Bay Stars. Could get the feed going for the Carp and the Dragons. As there's a breaking ball swung on, it's tapped softly over to short. Ogawa fields it. He throws to first, and Yasuda is going to be gone for the 3rd out of the inning, but not until the Eagles had picked up their first run of the game on an RBI single off of Hideto Asamura. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Your score after half, the Eagles won, and the Marines coming to bat. And as we said to our friend Jeremy Orr, yeah, it was a bit of a hassle as we couldn't be able to get our feed properly in place. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. It is going to be the Marines coming to bat when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It's Hiromi Oka to lead it off, and the first pitch he sees from the right-hander Kishi is swung on and popped up into left field. And it is a bit of a Bermuda Triangle as the shortstop was going back, the left fielder was coming in, but eventually it was the center fielder Tatsumi who makes the catch as the wind was absolutely swirling. That is going to retire Oka for the first out of the inning. So one up and one away, and that'll bring up the second baseman Yudai Fujioka. Well, for Fujioka, he is hitting .265 on the season. He's got 5 homers and 28 runs driven in as he tries to bat here to face the right-hander Kishi. As Kishi works into the windup and delivers, there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I always have concerns about Kishi, and when I watch him pitch, it's like he has a good game and an off game and a good game and an off game. As there is a breaking ball that misses down, so the count goes to 1-1, and so his last outing was a decent outing. So I'm all eyes on him today to see if he's able to get back-to-back good starts. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined right to the glove of the second baseman Kobakata. And that is going to retire Fujioka for the second out of the inning. That is going to leave it up to the left fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Defensively tonight, for the Golden Eagles, it is Ito in left, the center fielder Tatsumi, and the right fielder is Ogo. Around the horn from first to third, it is Suzuki at first, Kobakata at second, the shortstop Murray Biashi with the third baseman tonight of Hideo Asamura, and the battery of Kishi and Ishihara. So here's the offering from Kishi. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Kakanaka batting .301 on the year, 3 homers and 20 runs batted in. As the pitch to the veteran left-handed hitter is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We're not going to be on the airwaves tomorrow night. We're taking tomorrow off. We mentioned earlier that the games that will entail the Buffaloes and the Lions, unless it's a game that directly impacts a playoff spot, will probably not be on the dial for us from now to the rest of the season. We've seen enough of the Buffaloes and enough of the Lions. As that breaking ball had missed in the dirt, it's now 2-1 to Kishi. Unless, of course, a team is fighting for a playoff spot and they're having to play one of those two teams. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first. That is going to retire Kakanaka for the third out of the inning as the Marines go in order 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Your score as we move to inning number 2, it is the Eagles 1 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher, and check him out after the game.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Daichi Suzuki, Yukiya Ito, and Hiroto Kobakata to come to bat here in inning number 2 for the Golden Eagles. As they are going to be sent to face the right-hander Karakawa for his second inning of work. Suzuki batting .266 on the season, 4 homers and 40 runs driven in. Picked up a pair of RBIs in last night's ball game as the left-handed hitting first baseman of the Eagles steps in. And here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that comes inside and hits him. And Suzuki is aboard with a hit by pitch to begin the second inning. I'm just teetering on the. We're going to get close to hitting the hot button here because I'm just teetering on having to sneeze. If I'm a little slow to it, I'll have to apologize to you guys, but in advance, I should be able to get there though before that. So Yukiya Ito will come to bat here with the runner at first, nobody out. I was just about to say that Suzuki really crowds the plate. He gets right up on the chalk line. And the first pitch, they were coming inside on him. They were going to try to do that, but he missed his spot, did the starter, and ended up drilling him. So Yukiya Ito at the plate here. He is hitting .247, a couple of homers, and 8 runs batted in. As the right-hander works himself to the set position. And pitch is on the way. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Ito. Curious to see if the bunt is going to be in order here for the Golden Eagles. As you'd like to think they would keep chipping away at the Marines. Little disappointing crowd in Chiba tonight. If you were going to get a ticket, you probably had your choice of different seats. Lots of empty seats all around the stadium. And what's disappointing, I know it's a Monday game, which is rare in Japan, as it is a makeup game, and the pitch misses down, and the count is 1-1. But what I find disappointing specifically is that these are two teams battling for a playoff spot, and there's empty seats. And as I say, not the odd one here and there where you see people getting up and maybe going to the bathroom or having to get drinks or food or whatever if they don't want to have it delivered to them. As the 1-1 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Ito. The push for the playoffs is on for both of these clubs, as they are fighting for that third and final playoff spot. We mentioned at the top of the stream, it's a 2.5 game lead now for the Marines back over the Eagles. Eagles had caught them and tied them. And then on there was 5 games that they had difference in games being played, and they ended up losing that one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's lifted down the right field line, but it slices into the seats. The count is now 2-2 on Ito. There's a bit of a hanging breaking ball there, as he did a pretty good job keeping his weight back, did Ito, but couldn't keep the ball fair. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right-hander gets the sign from his catcher, Sato. Interesting that Sato is back behind the plate. We've seen a lot of Tamura lately in the Marine lineup. As the 2-2 on the way, it's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Ito, I don't know what he was looking for, and he looked confused. That pitch sawed the plate right in half. It was a center cut fastball that he stood and watched go by. Nice pitch there by the pitcher, Kurikawa. But he's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata, 8 strides to the plate. He's hitting .237 on the year, a couple of homers and 20 runs batted in. And for those of you folks who've jumped in with us tonight on the late night, as I said, apologize for not getting that earlier game done, but first pitch fastball misses up and away, but we couldn't get any stream on that at our end. Had the Carp and the Dragons and the Bay Stars and the Swallows, but didn't want to watch any of those ones. So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kobakata. Kurikawa kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. This ball is going to be trouble, and this ball is going to be gone. A home run for Kobakata. It's going to be his 3rd of the year. A 2-run shot as it hugged the foul line all the way down. The wind was blowing from left center field to right, but he had enough to muscle it over the fence. And the second baseman of the Eagles have extended their lead to 3-0 here. As the Marines at home have taken a gut punch here in the second inning on the 2-run homer by Kobakata. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. So smiles all around, high fives everywhere. As Ishihara steps in here, he's got a very open stance, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. And we've mentioned before when we've done these games that Ishihara looks like the Japanese Alejandro Kirk. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So you can take for that what it is, as he is a very heavy-set fella. Our friend Ken is checking in again. Ken, great to see you back in here again. Hello from the land of the rising sun. As there's a split finger pitch in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-2. Our feeds here are of no issue, but boy, oh boy, what a pain in the butt earlier. We could get everything but the game we wanted. Ended up watching the Bay Stars and the Swallows for a bit. There's a 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. Didn't prepare for that game, mind you. My friend Ken says he's at the hospital doing the volunteer work with the kids for cancer. He's just listening. We appreciate you for being here. Fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to be extra bases. Ishihara digging for two. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be offline. He's going to slide in safely with a double, as Ishihara has got himself a base hit here with one away. Got him into scoring position, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Yuya Ogo. And it's also going to bring the pitching coach for the Marines on a full-on trot out to the mound. So Yuya Ogo will be coming to bat here after this conference is over. But a 2-run shot off the bat of Hiroto Kobakata has given the Golden Eagles a 3-0 lead. Wow. And, you know, when you think about it, Kobakata only 2 home runs this year, not necessarily known for his power. He does have a little bit of pop. In recent years, he's had a few other home runs. He's had, you know, I think he's had a half dozen in his best year. I have to go back and take a look at him. But that's instant offense, and it's certainly something that the Golden Eagles will gladly appreciate. Actually, 5 was his most last year. As Ogo is at the plate with the runner Ishihara at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses inside, and the count is 1-0 to Yuya Ogo. So 1 ball and no strikes. Now, the Marines do have firepower in their offense. As this game here will be far from over. Last night's ball game, I think, our final was 11-5 in Fukuoka. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count is 1-1. But it does give the starter Kishi some breathing room for the Eagles. He's got to be good, but he doesn't have to necessarily be great tonight. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander works himself to the set position. He checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. As we said, a pretty interesting start to this one as the Marines find themselves in an early 3-0 hole. Right-hander again holds to the set. He checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded foul over on the first base side, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The visiting crowd for the Eagles are in good form here. Big section tonight, as we said, lots of empty seats for Chiba on a Monday. As the 2-2 is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and missed. And Ogo's down on strikes. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Atsuki Muribayashi. And for Muribayashi, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Eagles got their run in the first inning, all with 2 out. It was a 2-out rally. A single by Tatsumi, a stolen base, and then an RBI single by Asamura opened up the lead for the Eagles. And the 2-run shot by Kobakata here in the second has extended that lead to 3-0. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Moribayashi. So Karakawa finding a bit of a rough patch here in the first couple innings. As we said, upper deck and left field, there's empty seats. Down the line in left field, empty seats. A little bit shocked to see that here with the magnitude of this particular game late in the year. Fastball that just misses upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1 on Moribayashi. Not an empty seat in the supporter section for the Eagles. Lots of fans making their way down from the Sendai region for this one. I wonder how many people, though, actually were following the team in Fukuoka and then came back to the Tokyo area for this one here today. Or if it's a new crop of people coming down from Tohoku for this one. That fastball misses outside, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. And with 1 a.m., a earlier start, it's a 5 o'clock first pitch, Japanese time. So when the game started, there was a lot more light. The sun is going down, and the lights are starting to take over here in Chiba. No real shadows on the field. 2-1 on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 2-2. I think Moribayashi would like to have that one back. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, we're not going to be doing anything tomorrow night. The only game slated for tomorrow is the Buffaloes and the Lions. So we're going to take a hall pass on that one. And then we'll bring you some coverage the rest of the week. 2-2 on the way. It is a fastball that just misses down and away to Moribayashi, and the count now runs full. That was a pretty good pitch, just not quite good enough as the starter Karakawa is nibbling the corners. Just missed that one a little bit low. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Moribayashi as the right-hander nods in agreement with his catcher Sato. He works himself to the chest. He checks the runner at second. And the 3-2 is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side. Coming in is the right fielder as he calls off the second baseman, Fujioka. It is going to be the right fielder, Oka, to put it away. And Moribayashi is gone here for the third out of the inning. The damage has been done. The Eagles had 2 runs in the inning on the home run by Hirota Kobakata. There was 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving ourselves to the bottom half of the second inning. It is a 3-0 Golden Eagle lead here over the Marines. And slated to come to bat will be the heart of the order for the Marines. It'll be Soto, Polanco, and Sato to face the right-hander Kishi, who will begin inning number 2. Soto, in his first season with the Marines, is enjoying a really nice campaign. It's his 7th year in the NPB. Soto, the Puerto Rican, had spent time in the major leagues with the Cincinnati Reds and he came over to Japan. He found a home, and he has been here ever since. His first 6 years were with the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. He has picked up where he left off in Yokohama, producing runs as he takes the first pitch for a called strike, counts 0-1. Batting .275, 21 homers, and 87 runs batted in. When I think of the type of career Soto's had over here, it would be something not dissimilar to like a Brandon Laird, as that fastball misses down. Count is 1-1. In some ways, he is better than a AAA player in the United States or North America. Maybe not necessarily good enough to be an everyday big leaguer, but he gets to play every day and gets to be compensated like one in Japan, as there's a fastball that misses inside. Count is 2-1. Gregory Polanco waits his turn on deck. For Polanco, also a veteran of the MLB in his third season in Japan, second with the Marines. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Soto. I was talking with someone tonight, and I was saying about just how certain players or certain niches that you can carve out in the sport. Most of the North Americans or Latin players, I'm sure, would like to be playing a Major League Baseball, but in the NPB, you can have yourself a pretty good life and make a living playing the game at a pretty good standard. There's a fastball swung on it, is lined into left field for a base hit. Soto is aboard with a leadoff single here in the second, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. A fastball from Kishi, he left that one up in the zone, right at belt high level, and you're not going to be able to sneak that cheese past a rat, as Soto was able to just turn on that one and take it into left field. And that brings Polanco to the plate. And Polanco is hitting .246, 22 homers, and 59 runs batted in. As the left-handed hitting, Polanco swings at the first pitch he sees. He lifts it into deep left center field. Moving back on it is Tatsumi, and he's there, and he makes the catch. That was not an easy grab. The left fielder for the Eagles, Ito, was getting over to have to cover. And that ball there, he had to reach up right at the last minute and almost reach back on it, as Polanco had sent it away just not far enough. But he is going to be gone for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. Hadn't seen Sato in a few games. As we mentioned, Tamura had been catching when we were on the call for some of the more recent Marine games. Left-handed hitting catcher, hitting .284 with 4 homers and 40 RBIs. As the right-hander delivers a fastball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Sato, as we said, waggling the bat from the left side. He is in the qualified leaders. He had enough at bats to be in the qualified leaders, as there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2. I was watching a video that had Will Clark in earlier today, the longtime major leaguer who had spent time with most of his time. I think of him as a Giant, but the Texas Rangers, Baltimore Orioles organizations where he had also played. And he was talking about the lack of 300 hitters in Major League Baseball. There's a fastball that misses down the counts 1-2. And he was saying, I think there was only 3 players in the National League that were hitting 300 or better. And he couldn't believe it. He was absolutely floored. He said, when I played, he goes, there was 3 players on each team that was hitting close to 300. As the 1-2 pitch from Kishi's on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into deep left field, moving over underneath it. And there to make the catch is the left fielder, Ito, and that will retire Sato for the second out of the inning. But he went on to talk a little bit about, he goes, with guys with 2 strikes in their approach, and everybody's trying to hit a home run in the North American game rather than being able to set the table. And he talked a little bit about Luis Arias from the San Diego Padres and just how he is a wizard with the bat. There was, I guess, this month, or his streak ended where he had struck out, and they said he had gone over a month without striking out. And that's unheard of for a lot of players. Some guys can't go 2 ball games without striking out. As there's a breaking ball that misses down to Shogo Nakamura. Nakamura batting here, hitting .230, 4 homers and 25 RBIs. But, the biggest thing is what they're trying, or what the coaches or these organizations are trying to get players to do. And, of course, the result in some situations is a lot of strikeouts, a lot of balls not in play. As the right-hander Kishi delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded foul just past the third base coach's box, and the count is 1-1. As we said, one game tomorrow on the slate. Espinosa for the Buffaloes will go head-to-head against Imai for the Lions. Both of those teams officially out of the playoff contention. The Lions have been out for a while. Buffaloes just eliminated earlier in the last few days. 1-1 on the way. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded to short. They go over to second. It's going to be a fielder's choice that erases Soto 6-4. That will do it here for the Marines in their half of the second inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. They had 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving through 2 complete. We're heading to the third. Your score is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We got a 3-0 scoreline as we move to the top half of inning number 3. We'll be back at 30 with all the action. Welcome back to everybody. It's the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means Tatsumi, Asamura, and Yasuda to get things going here in the second inning. The first pitch delivered to Tatsumi is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Tatsumi scored the first run of the ball game as he had singled back in the first inning with 2 out, stole second, and was driven home by Asamura. As he takes a fastball down for a ball, and the count goes even to 1-1. Got to tell you, the starter here, the right-hander Karakawa, he does not waste any time as he does work quickly. As that last pitch misses down, it is now 2-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Tatsumi. And I'm not complaining at all. I like the starters. I like the pitchers who work quickly. They won't put everybody to sleep. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still a little bit amazed by that at bat by Masaya Yano last night. The 22 pitch at bat, NPB record. As we had mentioned before, there was a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 2-2. But we were talking about it the night before when the Carp were playing the Giants, that he had a 12 pitch at bat and an 11 pitch at bat in back-to-back innings. That's pretty impressive. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Tatsumi. Already 52 pitches here for the right-hander, so curious to see how long this leash is going to be kept on him as the pitch as the breaking ball swung on his tap softly over to second, fielded on the run, and a nice play there by Yudai Fujioka to retire Tatsumi. That's a ground out 4-3. He had to race in to get it, throw it off balance on the run to be able to get the speedy center fielder of the Eagles. So one up and one away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. And for Asamura, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He has a single in his only trip. He has the RBI that brought home the first run of the game. And the first pitch on the way, fastball misses up and away for ball one. A veteran designated hitter waggles the bat, and he waits on the offering. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, moving over to his left and making the catch as the center fielder Fujiwara, and that is going to retire Asamura for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs here for the Golden Eagles, and that's going to leave it up to the DH, Yuma Yasuda. So let's keep an eye here. I was talking about Yasuda before. He swung at the first pitch in his first at bat. We've watched him over the last few games that he's played. Very aggressive hitter, likes to swing at the first pitch. Let's see if this holds true here. So here comes the first offering to the DH of the Eagles. It is a fastball swung on, and it is popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. So our assessment of Yasuda is very much accurate. Yasuda is a bit of a tapper. He likes to shift his weight back, and he likes to get himself going forward. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander against the left-hander. Kurikawa ready to deliver again. Pitch on the way. Fastball ripped foul down the right field line. The count now goes to 1-2. And this is a situation here with a hitter like this. This is where if you have a pretty good changeup, or if the pitcher has a changeup, this is where you'd want to pull the string on somebody like Yasuda. As he waits here on the 1-2, here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. Count goes to 2-2. So see if you could spin him a changeup and really be able to get him off balance or maybe out in front. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is looped softly foul down the right side, but it looks like he's going to have to go get himself a new piece of lumber. So in as many at-bats, there has been as many broken bats. Check that one out there. I think he knew as soon as he swung at it. Another casualty of war here for Yasuda in this game. And now they brought him another bat. So I didn't like the one they brought him, and now they brought him the other one, and he's ready to go as he's got the spray to hopefully be able to keep it in his hands. So the right-hander ready to go again as he works himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It is popped up down the left field line, giving chases Nakamura. Looks like he's going to have room, and he will. He'll make the grab in foul territory, and that is going to do it. Yasuda is going to be gone for the third out of the inning, and the Eagles go quietly here in their half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're moving to the last half of inning number 3, and your score is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. 8-9-1 coming to bat for the Chiba Ball Club when we return after this. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat to face Kishi. As the first pitch coming from the right-hander Teruyoshi Ogawa is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Ogawa batting at 247 on the year, no homers and 21 RBIs. Batting from the left side against the right-hander who kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that misses down. And the count now goes to 1-1 on Ogawa. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander again rocking into the windup. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into left center field. Moving over and making the grab is the center fielder Tatsumi. Ogawa is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up the center fielder Kyoto Fujiwara. Looks like it must have been a nice sunset in Chiba. There is some cloud in the area, but as the sun is down, the lights have taken full effect as it is about 10-6 in Japan, as the first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Fujiwara. Fujiwara batting from the left side here, and he swings at a breaking ball and hammers that one foul down the first base line, and the count now goes to 0-2. Fujiwara is hitting .292 on the season, a couple of homers and 19 runs batted in. A speedy center fielder. We've seen him, if he's not hitting leadoff, he's usually in the 9 spot, at the top or the bottom of the batting order. Here's the 0-2. That fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Fujiwara. And the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field, moving over toward the foul line, and that ball is going to get down for a base hit. Picking it up and firing it into second base is the left fielder, Ito. I thought Ito had a beat on it, the way that he was fielding it or coming to get it. And the next thing you know, it ended up hitting down, and then it was slicing away toward the foul line, and he had to make a little bit of a beeline to have to get it. That ball with the crazy hop almost got by him, but he was able to hold Fujiwara for a single. That is going to bring up the top of the order in Hiromi Oka. Well, for Oka, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to center field his first time up. Enjoying a nice season is Oka. He's hitting .286, 7 homers and 31 RBIs. But all eyes will be on the runner at first base. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Oka. Fujiwara only has 3 stolen bases on the year, but he can run. And this is a position where it would probably be of advantage for him to be able to do so. As the 1-0 is on the way. Here comes the pitch from Kishi. It's another fastball, similar location, and now it goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Oka. Right-hander against the right-hander. Kishi gets a new baseball as that last one was in the dirt, and he's ready to go back at it here against Oka. Gets his sign from his catcher Ishihara, and he works to the belt. And here comes the 2-0. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1. Kind of stood Oka up at the plate. I think that he thought that was off the outside corner, and he might have a case based on the replay. But the umpire said it was a strike, so it must be true. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander holds himself to the set position, and Kishi ready to deliver. It is a breaking ball that misses down. Down goes the runner to second base. And no throw as Ishihara had to pick that ball up out of the dirt. It's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike to Oka. Stolen base there, uncontested by Fujiwara, as he is now in scoring position with 1 out. A 3-1 count here to the leadoff hitter, Oka. So Fujiwara's got himself into scoring position. This is the first time today that the Marines have had a runner to second base or beyond. The first time that they have shown any type of threat with their offense. So here comes the 3-1 pitch as Kishi holds set. Pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on, softly grounded to third. Nice play there by the third baseman, Asamura, who fires to first. The runner's going to hold at second. Oka's erased on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. Not the best approach at the plate from the right-handed hitting right fielder of the Marines, and that's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka. And for Fujioka, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He lined out to the second baseman his first time up. The ball right on the screws to Hiroto Kobakata. Get a second opportunity to try to knock this run in. As the right-hander Kishi holds set, he checks the runner, now delivers. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Fujioka was a shortstop for the last couple of years as he had got a lot of duty at short. And then we saw him under the previous regime. Then they moved him over, played a lot of third base. But now with Shogo Nakamura being slotted as the third baseman, Fujioka has been, I guess, reinstated as the second baseman. There's a ground ball softly hit over to the first baseman, Suzuki, who fields it. He's going to take it himself. And that is going to erase Fujioka for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. And your score, as we are now a third of the way complete, it is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The right-hander Karakawa is back on here as he is going to be facing the 6, 7, and 8 batters of the Golden Eagles. That means Suzuki, Ito, and Kobakata to come to bat here in inning number 4. All of the games in the Central League have been completed. This is the only game that is going on right now, as the other games are set to begin in about 5 minutes or so. 1-0, the Giants beat the Tigers tonight at the Koshin Stadium. Fastball misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Suzuki. 1-0, the Dragons beat the Carp. Carp were not able to gain ground as the Swallows beat the Bay Stars 4-3. Another fastball that is missed down, and the count now goes to 2-0 to Daichi Suzuki. Suzuki today was hit by a pitch his first time up and came home on the 2-run homer off the bat of Hiroto Kobakata. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Right-hander Karakawa ready to go again as he works himself to the belt. And the 3-0 pitch on the way. It is a fastball that misses way upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. And he walks Suzuki on 4 straight pitches here. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Yukiya Ito. So 61 pitches. You're keeping track along with us at home through the first 3 innings for Karakawa. So the right-hander gets a new baseball. He's ready to go again at it here, this time with Yukiya Ito. Ito 0 for 1 tonight, struck out looking his first time up. batting from the right side here against the right-hander, and something he didn't do the last time was bunt. So now they're squaring him around here to bunt, and he drops it down, and it's a good one up the first baseline. Sato's going to field it. His only plays to first. That's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to go in the books 2-4 on the putout. Nice bunt there by Ito, advancing Suzuki over to second. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Hirota Kobakata. As we said, Kobakata did his part here as he flexed his muscles in inning number 2 with a 2-run shot. And so Kobakata with his 3rd homer of the year strides in here to face the right-handed throwing Kurikawa. As the right-hander works to the set position, here comes the first offering. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. As we mentioned, we're on the call for this one here tonight. Nothing tomorrow, as it's only one game in the NPB, Lions and the Buffaloes. So we're going to skip tomorrow night, as that has no playoff implications. There's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is even at 1-1 to Kobakata. But on Wednesday, we will be back at it again, and we have to make our picks. But if I had to say so, it's probably going to be the Fighters and the Golden Eagles, as we're more likely going to stay with that for a little bit. That'll be on the Wednesday and the Thursday games. There's a fastball that misses down and in. The count goes to 2-1. Although I have to say, I probably would consider the Giants in Yokohama as well. But I think we'll stay off the Central for the next couple of nights. And then it's Friday, and then we have to take a look to see what possibly we might be able to call on a Friday game. As the right-hander holds to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on it, is popped up on the infield. It's playable. Backing up is the third baseman, Nakamura, and he's underneath it to make the catch. And Kobakata is going to be retired for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. So then it gets to the Friday games, and probably leaning toward the Carp and the Tigers on Friday night. That game will go off at the stadium, at the Mazda Stadium. And that would be on Thursday, North American time. And then our Friday night, more than likely, we'll be back on the airwaves again. Then we'll have to pick and choose a bit. Probably we'll look at the first and second place teams of the Fighters and the Hawks. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count's 0-1 to Ishihara. Ishihara tonight is 1-for-1. He doubled his first trip up, but he was left stranded at second to end the second inning. So no balls and 1 strike to the catcher of the Golden Eagles. Right-hander holds himself to the set, and here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Big fella here got the start behind the plate tonight. Kind of raised our eyebrows a bit as he was back there. We saw Yasuda. We haven't seen Oda in a bit. Personally, I think Oda might be the best defensive catcher that they have. The pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Oh, boy. I'm sure Ishihara is going to have a couple of conversations with the home plate umpire in the next half inning if that's where he's going to make the calls. That pitch looked like it was well off the outside corner. The conversations catchers and umpires have sometimes can be very interesting, especially when they're behind the masks. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball, waved at and missed. Ishihara in the books. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it. There was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We're moving now to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Eagles 3, the Marines no score. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Hold steady. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The starter Kishi is just completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll get the action going here in just a moment. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat to face Kishi here in inning number 4. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Katsuya Kakanaka. Kakanaka 0 for 1 today. He has grounded his second his only time up, facing the right-hander Kishi, who rocks into the windup and delivers. It is a breaking ball that just misses down and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. Only 35 pitches through the first 3 innings for the Eagles right-hander. Lots of probably bullets left in the gun here for him. As the 1-1 is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count is 1-2, especially after last night when they had to use a number of relievers in that 11-5 affair against Fukuoka. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as Kishi rocks himself into the windup. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down. Good stop there by the catcher Ishihara. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Soto and Polanco to follow here as the Marines are looking to find their way onto the scoreboard as that fastball is swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the left field line. Still 2-2 it remains to Kakanaka. Kakanaka's had some big hits in his career as he has got himself in a 2-strike approach here as he really widens out, and there is a fastball swung through and missed. And he is going to be retired on strikes for the first out of the inning. I remember last season when Roberto Osuna returned with Fukuoka to play the Marines, Kakanaka had walked off a ball game with Osuna on the mound. He's had some big at-bats for the Chiba Ball Club in his day, but not that one there. That's now going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. As Kishi ready to go, the first pitch to Soto is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1. Soto has one of the 2 hits tonight for the Marines. He had a single back in the second inning. He was raced on a fielder's choice. As Kishi ready to deliver, he kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes even to 1-1. We're talking about Soto during the last at bat. This is his 7th year in the NPB. First 6 seasons of his career, he was with the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars. Breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. He was in the Central League for the first 6 years of his career, and now he gets a chance to tour the Pacific League. He hasn't skipped a beat. He has been very productive for Chiba. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to short. Moribayashi fields it on the run. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Soto on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. And we get a kick out of it as it is yet another bot sliding in here from the Twitch stream. We also stream on Twitch. We don't do a whole lot on the Twitch side really to promote it or anything along those lines. Everything, our primary is on YouTube. So that brings the left-handed hitting Polanco to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He flew out to deep center field his first time up. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that is down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the designated hitter of the Marines. We've been having some fun putting up our Shohei Ohtani shorts in the last few days. Another one just launched about 9 minutes ago as he just continues to his assault stolen bases and home runs. We thought 50-50 was big. Is he going to get to 60-60? As that breaking ball missed down to Polanco. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and missed, and now it goes to 2-1 on Polanco. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Kishi gets the sign from his catcher, and now he's ready to go to work. He rocks into the windup, and he delivers. There's a fastball that's swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. The count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kishi gets himself another baseball. He's ready to go again here, but Marines really haven't threatened tonight. They've only had a runner to second base once. That was in the last half inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Polanco. It's good pitching there by Kishi. Fastball up and away out of the zone for Polanco. Wouldn't be able to handle that. Let's see if he comes back with something soft here on the 3-2. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball again. That time it was middle away, and Polanco fouled that one away, and the count remains at 3-2. I was saying at the earlier part of the stream, Kishi has this tendency to come out and give you a good start. And he puts up a clunker and then a good start and then a clunker. As the pitch is on the way, it is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Polanco's in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. And by the looks of it tonight, Kishi might be putting up back-to-back good starts. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. Your score is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. Stay with us, everybody. I anticipate we may have a pitching change as the manager is popping out of the Marines dugout. We'll be back in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the right-hander Enrique Yagi who is coming in. Yagi on relief. He's going to make his 8th appearance for the Marines this year. And he is just completing his warm-up tosses as we'll be ready to resume the action here. He'll be the second pitcher used by Chiba in this one. I can't remember if I have seen this right-hander here before. Sometimes we see guys when they pitch and you obviously remember who they are and what they're all about, but Yagi is not somebody that I can remember seeing this year. He has 8 innings pitched. He's allowed 6 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 5, and he's got an ERA of 2.25. It's his 3rd season with the Marines. He has been in limited duty. His rookie year in 2022, he appeared 22 times for Chiba. Last year only had 3 appearances and had a fluffed up ERA of 18. This year here, it looks like he is back on track. He'll be entrusted to face the top of the order. It'll be Yuya Ogo, Itsuki Muribayashi, and Ryosuke Tatsumi. The first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line, and the count is 0-1 to Ogo. Ogo tonight is 0 for 2. He is grounded to third and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Yagi ready to go again, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander against the left-hander. Yagi holds at the belt and now kicks and fires. Fastball that is taken for a called strike. Oh, it stood Ogo up a little bit. He thought the pitch might have been down just by his reaction. And I have to tell you, the way that Soto received the ball, I think he won that strike for his pitcher. I sure don't think that pitch was a strike. And there's a split finger pitch that is swung on and missed. And Ogo is retired. He's gone for the first out of the inning. It's the second time tonight he's gone down via the strikeout. That's going to bring up Itsuki Moribayashi. Well, for Moribayashi, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded to short, and he has flown to right in his 2 trips to the plate. He entered the fray hitting at 249. He has 6 homers and 49 runs batted in. The first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Moribayashi. Moribayashi's averages slipped a point through tonight as he's down to 248 now. As the pitch is a fastball swung on, this ball is lifted into shallow right center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder Fujiwara as he calls off everybody else. He's going to make the catch. It looks like the wind may have settled a little bit here. It was really blustery at the start of the ball game. Doesn't seem to be as swirling as much as it has been. But it is Chiba. Anything can change at any time, and that is going to bring up the center fielder Ryosuke Tatsumi. And for Tatsumi, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He got the Eagles on the board his first trip to the plate as he had singled, stole a base, and was driven home by Asamura. And he swings at the first pitch, and he lifts it into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Back onto the warning track, and making the catch up against the wall is Kakanaka. Oh boy, Tatsumi sent it a long way, just not long enough. And he is going to be gone for the third out of the inning as the Eagles are gone here. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Your score is the Eagles 3 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. That was a pretty efficient inning there by the pitcher Yagi. But we'll be back after this in just a couple moments. Moving to the bottom half of inning number 5. We'll be back in just a few. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Sato, Nakamura, and Ogawa to come to bat here to face the right-hander Kishi. In the bottom half of the 5th inning. Sato 0 for 1 tonight as he has flown to left field in his only trip to the plate. As he check swings at the first pitch and fouls that one away, and the count is quickly 0-1. 52 pitches through the first 4 innings for the Eagles right-hander as Kishi's been able to keep the Marines off balance here so far tonight. As the right-hander Kishi rocks himself into the windup and delivers. Breaking ball down, and it squirts away from the catcher Ishihara, and the count goes even to 1-1. we were looking at different numbers over the last little bit. The victory lead in the Pacific is a tie between Kohei Arihara and Hiromi Ito, Ito of the Fighters. As there is a breaking ball missing down, the count is 2-1. Arihara has 13 wins, as does Ito, and then they are followed by Ojima, Moinello, and Hayakawa, who all have 11. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short, backhanded by Murray Biashi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Sato on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. One of the other numbers that I do like to look at are the strikeouts in the Pacific League, and there's a lot of strikeouts. The leader is Tetsuya Imai of the Saitama Cebu Lions. He has 175 strikeouts. As the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So one of the few bright spots for the Lions this season. Levon Moinello has 151 for the Hawks. As that breaking ball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. And then he is followed by Hayakawa of the Golden Eagles, Ito of the Fighters, and Atsuki of this Chiba Ball Club as well. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count is 1-2. Offensively, there's only one player in the Pacific League batting north of 300, and that would be Kensuke Kondo, who is currently out for a little bit as he rolled his ankle trying to steal a base the other night or last week. As the pitch is a fastball, this is swung on, this is belted into deep left field, but not deep enough. Didn't get a hold of it. Underneath it is the left fielder Ito, and he's there to make the catch. And Nakamura is going to be gone for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the shortstop, Ryusuke Ogawa. As far as the save department is concerned, it is the Eagles' Norimoto who has 31 saves on the year. He is currently leading the NPB or the Pacific League with that. As the one-time starter turned reliever has reinvented himself as he's drinking from the fountain of youth out of the bullpen. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Ogawa. Ogawa is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew to center his first time up. Albert Abreu having a nice year for the Lions. Despite the fact the Lions have such an abysmal record, he has saved 26 ball games for them. And then it is Machado for the Buffaloes, Masuda for the Marines, and then Roberto Osuna way back in 5th with only 20 saves this year. The 1-1 pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2 to Ogawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Marines are in the hole 3-0 to the Golden Eagles as Kishi rocks and delivers. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. Good stop there by the catcher Ishihara. Count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. An RBI single from Asamura and a 2-run homer by Kobakata have the Eagles in front 3-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, grounded to Murray Biashi at short. Fields it, throws to first, and that's going to be a ground out 6-3. And that is going to do it, as that is going to end the inning here in inning number 5. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Your score, as we're now through 5 complete, it is 3-0 for the Eagles. We're going to put the music on loop. We're going to get up, take a break, and we'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this and for your entertainment. Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be moving to the top of the sixth inning here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us. We'll be back in just a bit with all the calls right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We'll be here in just a few moments. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight as we are doing our stuff here with the ball game. It looks like we have to deal with a minor issue at our end, which is unfortunate. That is the way it is. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight as we will be doing the game ball. They're doing this stuff here. But hang tight. We will be with you just a second here as we're going to get this one resumed. As the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside to Hideto Asamura. That is taken for ball one. So 1-0. As the pitch is delivered again, and it is another fastball that misses down and in. The count is 2-0. It is Yagi who is on the mound here as he's coming back out for his second inning of work. So that is where we stand here. 2 balls and no strikes. And there is a fastball that is lifted, and it is lifted foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander ready to go again, here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Hideto Asamura. And Asamura has fouled that one off his leg. Oof. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. The Tohoku fans are chanting here as they are cheering on their designated hitter Asamura here as he has fouled that last pitch off. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just got a couple items that have come up here on our end. So sorry, guys, for as you guys are listening in. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Asamura. Yuma Yasuda and Daichi Suzuki here to follow. Asamura is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in his 2 trips. He has driven in one of the runs. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is as the right-hander holds to the set. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted foul down the right field line. And the count remains at 2-2 to Hideto Asamura. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander again kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow right center field, digging hard. And this one's going to get down for a base hit in front of Fujiwara, as that is going to be a single off the bat of Hideto Asamura. So Asamura, a second single here tonight. And he is aboard with a leadoff single, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuma Yasuda. Well, for Yasuda, he is 0 for 2 in this one. He has grounded this short, and he has popped out to the third baseman. We commented tonight that when he comes to bat, he likes to swing at the first pitch. And so in both of the at-bats he's had here tonight, he's been very aggressive. swinging at the first pitch, so we'll see if he is going to keep that trend here against Yagi. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and away for a ball, and Yasuda throws on the brakes on that pitch. Yasuda with a ground out to short and a pop out to third tonight. As we said, he has been swinging a hot bat entering tonight's game. He's been getting a chance to be in the lineup regular. He got the start behind the plate last night. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 1-1. I think he wanted that one back, and I don't know if he necessarily agreed with the home plate umpire. You can tell based on the reactions sometimes if they agree or if they don't agree. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the pitch is a breaking ball swung on, it is grounded foul over on the first base side, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yasuda. So 1-2 it is. Yasuda digs himself in, ready to face the right-hander again. As the right-hander holds to the set. And the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Yasuda is down on strikes. He's going to be gone for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. And for Daichi Suzuki, he is been hit by a pitch and walked tonight, so no official at bat as he comes to face Yagi for the first time. The veteran has been playing a regular part in the Eagles lineup here over the last little bit. Had himself a couple RBIs in last night's game against Fukuoka, batting from the left side against the right-hander Yagi. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Suzuki checking the signs from the third base umpire. His batting gloves are kind of interesting. They're like a silver and white. I have to say there is some flashy equipment sometimes in the Japanese league. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And heading to second and throwing on the brakes there is Asamura. He doesn't run as well as he used to. So station-to-station baseball for the Eagles. Suzuki's got his first hit of the evening. That is going to bring up the left fielder, Yukiya Ito. And for Ito, he is 0 for 1. He has had a sacrifice in his other plate appearance. So 0 for 1 tonight. He entered the fray hitting 247, but with the limited bats, he's dropped down to 244. He's got a couple of homers and 8 RBIs. Ito, another player getting regular action from the Golden Eagles, and the fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. I think of some of the players that have been in the Golden Eagle lineup over the past few years, and one of the players that has fallen out of favor is Shimauchi, who I really liked. But there was talk that they weren't even going to offer him a contract for this season, Hiroki Shimauchi. And then he came back for another year. There was talk that they were just going to cut him loose. As the fastball swung on it, is tap foul over on the third base side, and the count goes to 1-1. And sometimes they bring in managers, not just to replace the previous ones, of course, as that's what they're there for, but sometimes they have a fresh look. The fresh look isn't necessarily some of the players that the previous manager would have been loyal to. And sometimes that is the change. Sometimes the managers trust players and they trust them to a fault. They leave them a little bit too long and they don't make the moves to make the changes as needed. Fastball swung on it, is chopped over to third, and it's just going to go past the bag foul. And that is going to run the count to 1-2 on Ito. Some of the other players who we haven't really seen a whole lot this year, have not really seen a ton of Okajima lately, not have seen much of Igor Emoji, have seen him a little bit this year. But both of those players have been further and fewer between. And then some of the pitchers more recently have been up and down. And different ones that you come and see and you come and go. And, they've got Mikhail Franco, who is still in the lineup, but we haven't really seen too much of him in the last little bit. He's been in their roster, just not in the lineup. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and it's going to get all the way to the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Asamura. Here comes the throw in. One run is in, and the throw to the plate is not going to be in time. Is diving in with a headfirst slide is Daichi Suzuki, and that is going to increase the scoreline on a 2-run double by Yukiya Ito to 5-0. So 5-0 here is the scoreline as Asamura and Suzuki come across the plate. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. And for Kobakata, he's already got himself a swinging a hot bat. He is 1 for 2 in this one. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. He's also popped out to third. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed. So no balls and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed by Kobakata, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As the right-hander again holds to the set, now delivers. It is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And they're going to have to go with the throw down to third, as that is going to retire Kobakata. That's going to go a strikeout 2-3 for the second out of the inning. Ito had to hold at second, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. Well, for Ishihara, he strides to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight in this one. As he bats, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Ishihara. Ishihara batting from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Yagi. Gets his sign from Sato, and the offering on the way is a breaking ball swung on. Oh, and it's fouled right off of Sato. He's rolling around in some immense pain. Oh, boy. No balls and 2 strikes to him. The trainer's definitely going to come out. That foul ball looked like it may have caught him possibly in the left thigh area, just on the outside there. Oh, where there is absolutely no protection. He is down on all 4s right now. It was a split finger pitch that was fouled on. We'll get a look here. There you have it. You know what? It got him right on the kneecap, right on the protection. Oh, that hurts too. When you get it right on top, even though you've got the protection of the shin guard on the kneecap. Oh boy, that is definitely painful. Just not enough to absorb the blow. I thought it got him further up the thigh. But not so on that one, as the trainer is still attending the catcher. He's going to get up now and slowly walking off a bit. He'll more than likely stay in the game here, but boy, oh boy, they'll see if there's any swelling on that when it comes out. He's definitely, you can tell that he is in a bit of pain. He says he's going to be all right, and he's going to carry on. So no balls and 2 strikes. As Ishihara batting here with 2 gone in the inning. Runner at second, Ito. 2 runs on the board already here for the Golden Eagles as they've increased their lead to 5-0. And the pitch is a fastball down. Well, I hate to laugh, but boy, oh boy, Sato blocked that pitch from Yagi, and then he got up and he was kind of hopping around on one leg. You could tell he's still not 100%, probably not even 50% either. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Ishihara. Right-hander leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher as he works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that is down, and it's now 2-2. Oh, back-to-back pitches. He's got a block in the dirt. Oh, boy. That's rough. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander again gets his sign from Sato. As the pitch is on the way, it is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed, and Sato's going to hobble back to the dugout. That is going to do it. Ishihara down on strikes. He's gone for out number 3, and you can see Sato's going to go right down the tunnel to get looked at. We'll see if they're going to have another catcher in the next half inning, as that will do it here. But the Eagles get a pair of runs in the inning. 2 runs on the 2-run double by Ito. There was 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. But to the bottom of the 6th, your score is a 5-0 lead for the Golden Eagles. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. Takayuki Kishi has been very effective tonight so far through his 5 innings of work. 65 pitches for the right-hander, as he is going to be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order for the Marines. As Kishi will face Fujiwara, Oka, and Fujioka to come to bat here in the 6th. And the first pitch from the right-hander is on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. Count is 1-0. Eagles have a 5-run cushion here, as they are 2.5 games back in the standings behind the Marines. Win tonight would bring them back to a game and a half out of that playoff spot, as that breaking ball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-0. Supporter section is jammed tonight for the Marines, but you can't say that about the rest of the stadium. Lots of empty seats, and as I said, a little bit disappointing. As there's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1 to Fujiwara. When you look at the upcoming schedule, the Eagles and the Marines will see each other again. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to first, fielded by Suzuki. He takes it himself. Fujiwara is out on a ground out to 3 for out number 1. That'll bring up the top of the order in Hiromi Oka. I was saying that the schedule here will have these 2 teams face each other yet again. As they will be converging on one another in just over another week or so time, and there's a split finger pitch taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Oka. It'll be in early October, right before the playoffs, and so there's more than likely going to be a time that they're going to be playing against one another. As we said, that series, and if I can go and take a look at it, they play each other again on Tuesday the 1st. But I thought we had a 3-game set with them, and we'll have to take a look. It's going to be, Tohoku's going to be all over the schedule in that month of October. As Kishi rocks into the windup and he kicks and delivers, and there is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. That is going to retire Oka on strikes. He's down, gone for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Yudai Fujioka. So 2 quick outs here in the last half of the 6th. When I look at Tohoku, their schedule, how bizarre is this? If you look at it, Thursday the 3rd of October, they play the Hawks. On the Friday, they play the Lions. And then they play the Fighters on the Saturday. On the Sunday, they play the Buffaloes. And then they would play the Fighters on a Monday. 5 games, and you're playing a different team each night. First pitch fastball that misses down to Fujioka, and the count is 1-0. I mean, they've had a benefit, or not had a benefit, of some rain and some tough scheduling. But now you got to go and you got to travel. As that breaking ball is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. I'm not sure if that is Sato who has come out of the dugout or not. As one of the catchers has come up front. Can't tell if that was Sato or not. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-1 to Fujioka. But you also look at that travel schedule that they would have. They would play in Fukuoka. The next night, they would play up in the Northeast. They would play at Rakuten Mobile. And they'd play, looks like 4 games in a row at the Rakuten Mobile. But as I say, bouncing all the way around. There's a pitch taken for a strike, and the count is 2-2 to Fujioka. Just some bizarre scheduling. As the right-hander again kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short, fielded by Murray Biashi. Fires to first, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a ground out, 6-3. And that will do it to end inning number 6. Well, we got 2/3 of the game in the books. That one is a quiet inning, and it right now, by our counts, that is 11 in a row retired by the starter Kishi. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. Your score is the Eagles 5 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We appreciate you guys for listening in to us on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight. We'll see you back in just a few after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We have a pitching change as the Marines are going to the bullpen again. It'll be their 3rd pitcher of the night. It'll be a left-hander. It'll be Shota Suzuki coming on in relief as he will be taking over here. And it is looking like it is going to be Tatsuhiro Tamura, who is also taking over behind the plate. So Sato's night is going to be done. So he will head in. As you could tell, the starting catcher was in a whole host of pain after taking that foul ball in the knee. We'll be back in just a couple moments, everybody. We appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll give it another 30 seconds as the left-hander is completing his warm-up tosses. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 batters to come to bat here in the 7th inning, and that is going to be Kakanaka, Soto, and Polanco. Or check that. Actually, we're looking at the Marines. They will be coming to bat in the 7th inning. Be the top of the order. It'll be Ogo, Muribayashi, and Tatsumi. It's getting to be a little bit late here, and we are trying to keep our eyelids up and our attention span on song as the left-hander Suzuki ready to deliver here as the pitch is on the way. Fastball catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Ogo. Ogo tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice, and he is grounded to third as the left-hander works himself to the set position. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Ogo, Muribayashi, and Tatsumi here in the 7th inning. Eagles enjoying a 5-0 lead on a rare Monday game in Japan. We say rare because they don't usually schedule the games. These are makeup games here. As that breaking ball misses down, the count is 2-1. That's one thing I find fascinating. No doubleheaders in Japan. And I can also appreciate that too, but why they wouldn't maybe extend a game from another series earlier in the season, I don't know, as there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 2-2. I remember talking to a couple of former minor league players years ago, and they're talking about the scheduling when general managers would make the schedules, and they really didn't want to have the days off early in the season. A lot of guys wanted to play, and then you had days off early in the season, and the next thing you know is you get some rain and stuff, and you're having to make up games later in the year. As that fastball misses up and away, it's now 3-2 to Ogo. Guys are like, no, let's get the games being played as much as we can. We don't schedule a day off in April. We'd rather have that day off somewhere later in the season, potentially. Because if you get the days off, plus you also got the weather, that's a problem. There's a ground ball hit to third. Oh, a nice play by Nakamura, ranging to his left. He fields it, he throws to first. And Ogo is going to be retired on a ground out, 5-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Itsuki Muribayashi. And for Muribayashi, as he strides to the plate, he's 0 for 3 tonight. He has flown to center. He has flown to right. And he has grounded to short in his 2 trips. As the first pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Itsuki Muribayashi. Left-hander Suzuki ready to go again as he works himself to the belt. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1. This game, in a lot of ways, has a feeling of a getaway game, kind of like the Sunday games as the teams are about ready to travel. As the left-hander kicks and delivers, fastball swung on. That was fouled straight back. Muribayashi was right on the pitch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Tatsumi waiting his turn on deck. But as we said, the Eagles enjoying this 5-0 lead here. As the lefty holds himself to the set position, here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball down. They're going to appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say that Muribayashi didn't go. 2-2 is the count. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the lefty Suzuki leans in, gets the sign from his catcher. As Tamura is behind the plate now, and the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on and hammered foul down the third base line. Count 2-2 to Muribayashi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty holds himself to the belt, and here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is pop foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. And it remains at 2-2 to Murray Biashi. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the left-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded into the 6th hole. Nice play by the shortstop. Oh, what a play by the shortstop, Ogawa, going into the deep 6th hole. He fires across the diamond, and Soto makes the pick. Great play at both ends. That's going to be a ground out 6-3. Murray Biashi knows what that feels like as he has to go to his backhand side. But a wonderful play there by the Marines defense. That is going to retire Murray Biashi for the second out of the inning. And that'll leave it up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. There hasn't been a whole lot of highlights here for the Marines tonight in this one, but that was certainly one of them. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Tatsumi. So 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. That's 2 balls and no strikes here as the lefty works himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Tatsumi. Lefty Suzuki ready to go again. 2 gone here, the 2-1 pitch on the way. And it is a fastball that catches Tatsumi at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Again, the lefty ready to go as Suzuki works himself to the set position. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. It is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. Count now runs to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Do appreciate everybody who's jumped in tonight. As we said, some late night baseball between the Marines and the Golden Eagles. Eagles have a 5-0 lead here in the 7th. They're looking to add for more. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and hammered foul down the right field line. Count remains at 3-2 to Tatsumi. 2 gone here in the 7th inning. Runs tonight for the Eagles. RBI single from Asamura brought in a run in the 1st inning. A 2-run shot by Kobakata brought home 2 more in the 2nd. And a 2-run double by Ito in the 6th. Have given the 5-0 lead here to the Golden Eagles. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. That's going to be a 2-out walk issued here to Tatsumi, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Hideto Asamura. Well, this was the combination in the 1st inning that got things started, as Tatsumi had stole second base. And then Asamura had promptly driven him in with the next swing. So we'll keep an eye here, although they do have the lefty on the mound in Suzuki. Asamura steps in. He's 2 for 3 tonight. The veteran has enjoyed himself a good evening. He's got a couple of singles. He's scored a run and driven in a run, as he has been productive in the middle part of the order. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that just misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So new catcher in Tamura, but the same type of results. Not really happy with the home plate umpire. As you can see that When the catchers will hold the pitches and they'll hold it just that little with a little bit of extra length, they're telling the umpire without having to verbally say anything that, hey, we think you missed that one. That is what he would have to say there, more than likely. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Suzuki reaches for the rosin bag, and he does a tour of the back of the mound. As he is ready to go back to work, he holds the ball in the set position, and here comes the 2-0 offering, but instead he does a little token toss to first base. Getting back in time is easily is the runner Tatsumi. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside. Count now goes to 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. Lefty again working himself to the set position. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down. It's now 3-0. So Suzuki came into the ballgame, retired the first 2 batters he's faced, and he had walked Tatsumi, who battled him in a 7-pitch at bat. Now it's 3-0 to Asamura. Now the pitching coach has called time. It looks like I don't know if they've intentionally walked him or that's just ball 4, but that is going to put Asamura on. We might have lost a ball in that spot there. And so he is going to get a visit as it's back-to-back walks here with 2 gone. It's slated to bring up the designated hitter, Yumi Yasuda. So more importantly, maybe checking on the health of the pitcher. Sometimes they don't say anything. But that is the way it goes sometimes. Well, that brings Yuma Yasuda to the plate. Yasuda 0 for 3 in this one here tonight. He's grounded to short. He has popped to third, and he has struck out in his trips as the conference has now come to an end. So they're going to leave Suzuki in there. So he has got to face the left-handed hitting DH of the Golden Eagles. And here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. This ball is going to get down for a base hit. It's trouble. That's going to get 1 run in. Ball is brought back in, and that is going to bring Tatsumi in to score. It's going to increase the score line to 6-0. Stopping at third will be Asamura on the RBI single off the bat of Yasuda. That is going to put runners at the corners with 2 gone, as the Eagles have plated their 6th run of the ball game. That'll bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. So one would have to think that might be enough now for the Golden Eagles to breathe a lot easier. Interesting, too, because last night the Chiba Ball Club, as we go back and take a peek at the results from last night's games, when we look at Chiba, they're 5-5 on their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. And so obviously being able to set up their bullpen on a night like today, whereas last night the Eagles got roughed up, and they're returning the favor here tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Suzuki. Suzuki has reached base every time he has come to play the bat tonight. He has been hit by a pitch, he's walked, and he has singled in his 3 trips. And he's also scored a pair of runs here for the Golden Eagles tonight. And the 0-1 pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and fouled right off the foot of Suzuki. Count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting Suzuki gets himself dug back in as he's now reset. Runner at third, Asamura. Runner at first, Yasuda. All of this has started with 2 out. 2 out rally here for the Eagles as the pitch is on the way. Breaking ball misses outside. It's now 1-2 to Suzuki. Lefty works himself to the set position. And here comes the 1-2. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Soto's going to field it. He steps on the bag, and that is going to do it as Suzuki is gone for the third out of the inning. But the Eagles have added to their lead. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now moving to the last half of the 7th inning. Your score is the Eagles 6th. And the Marines, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few moments after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after this.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat here for the Marines in their half of the 7th. That means Katsuya Kakanaka, Neftali Soto, and Gregory Polanco to face the right-hander Takayuki Kishi. So Kishi is ready to face the hitters here of the Marines as he has cruised along. 78 pitches in the 6 innings of work. 13 pitches per inning has been pretty solid. There's a first pitch fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander rocking into the motion and delivering. There's a slow breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander Kishi ready to go again as he gets the sign. He rocks himself into the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a check swing fouled away, and the count now is going to remain at 0-2 to Kakanaka. Appreciate everybody who is jumping in tonight to listen to the ball game, as it is Japanese baseball late night. As that fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kishi ready to go again as he rocks himself into the windup, and he kicks and fires. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Kakanaka can't believe it. He walks away in disgust. He's gone out for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. As I said, you know that the players sometimes are in disgust. That last pitch, you could see where the ball is caught, and Kakanaka just can't believe it. He stood there, has a disgusted look, and then turns and walks away. So that brings Neftali Soto to the plate. Soto is taking a breaking ball down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander again, ready to deliver. There is a fastball, another one that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Soto. And this is where you want to face a guy like Soto like this, or even Polanco who's on deck. You want to be able to face them when they've got nobody on. As the right-hander rocks into the motion and delivers the 2-0 on the way. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up in the infield, and camping out underneath it is Murray Biaggi, but the wind is taking it for a ride and takes him into shallow center field before he's able to haul that one in. But he is going to make the catch for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it all up to Gregory Polanco. I don't know about right now at Chiba. It doesn't look like there's rain right now. None of the players are getting wet. And I don't think they have rain in the forecast. But one of the things is when you have that pop fly in Chiba with the wind swirling and the rain in your face, can make it really difficult to have to make a play. So that brings Kishi to face Polanco here with 2 gone. And the first pitch coming to the left-handed hitting designated hitter is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Polanco tonight 0 for 2. He has flown to center and struck out in his 2 trips. As the right-hander kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a split finger pitch that misses down. The count now goes to 2-1. They are in full form here. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted it to shallow right center field. Converging on it is the center fielder, Tatsumi, as well as the right fielder and the second baseman. But it'll be the center fielder, Tatsumi, who'll put it away for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Marines in their half of the 7th. And it looks like the manager, Yoshi's, coming on to make another pitching change. And by our accounts here, that is 14 in a row retired by Kishi. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys hanging in. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is all Eagles here tonight, 6-0. And we'll be back in just a few. Hang tight, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Scoreline is 6-0 for the Eagles over the Marines. It is in the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. We got a pitching change coming up here for the Chiba Ball Club, and we'll be back in just a couple moments as that change is about to be made. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be number 28, Riku Kikuchi, who is entering the ball game. And he's going to be facing the bottom third of the batting order for the Eagles. It'll be Ito, Kobakata, and Ishihara to come to bat here. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Ito tonight officially 1 for 2. He has a double and a couple RBIs. He struck out looking and has a sac bunt to his name. As the right-hander ready to deliver here again. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. It was the 2-run double in the 6th inning that has made this game a bit of a blowout, as he was able to bring home Asamura and Suzuki. So Ito has done his part to contribute to the offense here tonight. Here comes the 0-2. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is absolutely belted foul. It's going to reach the seats well down the left field line. The count remains at 0-2. It was a little bit too much of a hanging breaking ball there by Kikuchi, and it was pretty much destroyed by Ito. So here comes the 0-2 pitch, as it is a fastball that is a good stop there by the catcher Tamura. Runs the count to 1-2. As we mentioned, Tamura had come into the ball game for Sato. Sato took a foul ball right off the kneecap. Even though he had the protection there, he is finished for the night. As Tamura has come back in, there's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to Nakamura at third, fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Ito on a ground out 5-3. He's in the books for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. And for Kobakata tonight, 1 for 3. He's got a home run, knocked in a pair. He's also popped to third and struck out in his other trips. He has lifted his season average to 238. As the first pitch is on its way from Kikuchi, and it's a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it is lifted foul down the left field line, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 1 strike to Kobakata. So 1-1 here, and the right-hander holds to the set. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. Just overpowered there. And really, it wasn't even that much of a blazing fastball. That was really at 91 miles an hour, and it just gobbled Kobakata up. So 1-2 it is as the right-hander holds set. Here comes the pitch. And it's a split finger pitch that misses down, and that's going to be 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As a reminder, we're not going to be back on tomorrow night, as it is going to be Lions and Buffaloes tomorrow. We really don't have any interest in doing 2 non-playoff teams. We will be resuming later in the week, so be sure to check the schedule. As that split finger pitch misses down, it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. Just looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, as we haven't kept up to date on that so much after the early games, it's a 3-1 lead for the Lions over the Fighters. And in other action, it is the Buffaloes trailing the Hawks 4-2. That one there is in the top of the 4th inning. There's a fastball swung on it. It is popped down the left field line. Giving chase is Ogawa, but he's just going to drift into that temporary seating. A fan who brought his glove to the stands in the second row made a nice grab, as he's getting a lot of applause from the people that are around him, and it's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Kobakata. That game at the Baluna Dome that the Lions are winning, it's 3-1 in the 5th inning. That was where they stand there. So Interestingly, the Lions not only avoided a 100-loss season, but they've been winning games much more frequently the last part of the year. As there was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. They are not as bad as they were projected to be. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Eagles. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Marines. It's been all Eagles so far as we are in the top of the 8th here, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and another one lifted foul, and the battle continues. This is going to be pitch number 9 forthcoming now to Kobakata. But we still got a long way to go to match that effort by Masaya Yano last night, who took Hideki Wakui to 22 pitches before he drew a walk. Absolutely crazy. I remember a few years ago, I remember Anthony Rizzo having a heck of an at-bat. I want to say it was about a 17-pitch at-bat for the Cubs. And he just kept fouling pitches off and battling and battling. You don't see that so much in Major League Baseball like you do in the Japanese League. There's a fastball swung on, and this is lifted foul. And the count remains at 3-2. And if I'm not mistaken, with Yano last night, I think he started the count at 0-2. That even makes it more impressive because he was able to battle it back for a walk. So that meant he fouled off 16 pitches before he drew the base on balls. Incredible. Here's the 3-2. Fastball swung on. This ball is in the field of play. It is in left center field. Moving over underneath it is the the center fielder, Fujiwara. And he's there to make the catch. And Kobakata is going to be gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and it's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Tsuyoshi Ishihara. And for Ishihara, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a double in 3 trips. He's also struck out a couple of times. As he steps in here, he's raised his season average to 174 with that knock back in inning number 2. The first pitch breaking ball is over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. As we said, he's probably had some interesting conversations with the home plate umpire tonight with regards to the strike zone, as I think he may feel a little bit hard done by. There was a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Once this game is complete, we'll give you the full recap and the full rundown from around the NPB. We're not sticking around to give you any extra action tonight, as there's a fastball swung on. It is chopped over the head of the pitcher, fielded by the second baseman, Fujiwara. He throws to first. It's going to be offline. It's not going to be in time, and that is going to be an infield single for Ishihara. I bet you won't have to see that very often. Nice try there by Fujioka as he had charged the ball, had to throw on the run, but he wasn't able to get the catcher. Pretty athletic play there, just a bit offline. Kind of funny as the catcher Ishihara was signaling safe as he had come through the bag. And that is going to bring Yuya Ogo to the plate. Ogo tonight has struggled. He is 0 for 4 in this one. Struck out a couple of times and grounded out a couple of times. As the first pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And, when you think about it tonight in this game here, the first inning and in the 7th inning, 2 of the 6 runs that have been scored have come with 2 outs. As the Eagles have had their opportunities and they have taken advantage of it. There is a fastball swung on it, is lifted down the left field line, giving chase into the corner and making the catch up against the wall is Kakanaka. What a play by him. Oh, Ogo just couldn't slice it enough into the seats, and that is going to retire him for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors. And there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is Eagles 6, Marines nothing. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We have a defensive change as Kazuki Tanaka has taken over in left field for Yukiya Ito. Assume that will be his spot in the batting order that will be taken up, but it is going to be Tanaka in left for defensive purposes. It is going to be Nakamura, and Ogawa to come to the bat here in the 8th inning for the Marines. That would be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. As Kishi at 90 pitches is ready to deliver, and it's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, it was an earlier start tonight in the Japanese League, and it'll be an earlier finish for us as we'll be able to get to sleep a little bit sooner as that breaking ball misses down, and the count is 1-1. Well, sort of. Still have some work we have to do around here before we pack it in. As there's a fastball swung on, it is lifted into center field, shallow center field, camping out underneath it. The center fielder Tatsumi, and he makes the catch. It's not been easy play for the outfielders tonight. As we said, there's been wind. There's not been as bad as it could be, but it has swirled at times. I have to say, of all the stadiums that I've been to in Japan, Hotomoto Field is kind of a neat place. That's in Kobe, where the Buffaloes play some of their home games. But I did really enjoy this stadium in Chiba. It's a modern place. As there's a first pitch fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch just in front of the wall is Tanaka. Shogo Nakamura sent that a long way. Just not long enough, and that is going to retire him for the second out of the inning. Nakamura flexing his muscles there, but just not deep enough. As it is the left fielder Tanaka able to haul it in, and that'll leave it all up to the shortstop, Ryusuke Ogawa. Well, Ogawa comes to the plate. He is officially 0 for 2 tonight, but he has made a couple of sparkling plays defensively, and it looks like we may have a pinch hitter. It is Hisanori Yasuda for Ogawa. So Yasuda into pinch hit. As the first pitch is delivered and it just misses down, and the count is 1-0. I was just starting to sing the praises of Ogawa, but Ogawa is going to be done for the rest of the night. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. And Ogawa had a great night. Defensively made some spectacular plays. There's a fastball that is down, and the count goes to 2-1. And you're trying to look for some bright spots for the Marines. There hasn't been a whole lot offensively for them tonight. Only 2 hits in the ball game, but the most impressive part here from the pitcher Kishi is he has retired 16 in a row. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Count is now 2-2 to Yasuda. They have not had a hit since it was Kyoto Fujiwara delivering a single with 1 out in the 3rd inning. So 16 straight retired by Kishi. There's a fastball that just misses outside. The count now goes to 3-2. Vintage Kishi. And as I mentioned before, when we watch Kishi pitch, it seems like he's every other game he's pretty good. Like he's really good and then he's not really good. Really good and not really good. There's a fastball that misses outside. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they said Yasuda didn't go, and he's going to get himself a 2-out walk, and that'll bring up the center fielder Kyoto Fujiwara. I have to tell you, those last couple of pitches were pretty tight. Especially with Kishi, his command has been great. That is the first base runner, as we said, since the 3rd inning. It's the first walk he's issued tonight. And the other part with Kishi is he's not been overpowering tonight by our records. I've only got him for 3 strikeouts tonight. And he's right now at 100 pitches. Here comes the first pitch, and it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Fujiwara. And in the Japanese League, no doubt in my mind, they're going to bring him back out for the 9th inning to see if he can get a complete game shutout, if indeed the shutout would still be intact. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. as he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. All Kishi tonight here in this one. Right-hander against the left-hander as he holds himself to the belt. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. It was of the split finger variety, that pitch. Had a lot of downward movement, but also had a lot of arm side run to it, too. The split finger pitches, when they are on song for the pitchers, they are lethal. And that one was pretty good. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers a fastball that misses down. Count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fujiwara. Right-hander works himself to the set position, and we're ready to go again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. On its way, it's a fastball swung on, grounded on one hop to the shortstop. Murray Biashi fields it. Underhand flips to second. That's going to retire Yasuda. It's a fielder's choice, 6-4 for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Marines in their half of the eighth. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, but there was a runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the ninth inning. Your score is the Eagles 6 and the Marines nothing. We'll be back in just a few. Top of the ninth is just around the corner. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Right back in just a few moments. We got a score line of 6-0. We anticipate there could be another pitching change coming up here for the Marines. Is that what it looks to be here in just a moment? We'll get you that as we return in just a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change. It's going to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Marines. This will be number 93, Ryo Yoshida, on in relief. So Yoshida is coming in here as he will be entrusted to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the batting order for the Eagles. New shortstop, it is going to be Atsuki Tomosuji, who will take over for the Marines. Yes, that is the only defensive change, as he will come into the spot once occupied by Ogawa in the batting order, as he was pinch hit for by Yasuda in that last half inning. So Yoshida's completed his warm-up tosses, and he's going to be facing Murray Biashi for the first time tonight. Murray Biashi is 0 for 4, twice grounded to short, and he has flown to center and flown to right as he comes to bat here in the start of the 9th inning. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball that's dropping in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Yoshida rocking into the windup. He delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Right-hander ready to deliver again. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down. Count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yoshida rocking into the windup and delivers. It is a breaking ball down. It is stopped by Tamura, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander rocks into the delivery and fires, it is a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. Count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here as Yoshida ready to go back at it again. As the right-hander kicks and fires, it is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Fielded neatly by Tomosuji, throws to first, and that is going to retire Murabayashi on a ground out 6-3. So Murabayashi is keeping his brethren of shortstops employed over there tonight, as that's the third time he has grounded out to short. So one of the books, and that brings up Ryosuke Tatsumi to the plate, who is 1 for 3. He's scored a couple of runs tonight. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tatsumi singled in the first inning and came around to score on a single by Asamura. He walked in the 7th and was brought home on a single by Yuma Yasuda. As that breaking ball just misses, and the count now goes to 1-1. Yoshida rocking into the windup as he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line, and the count goes to 1-2. Last year, the Eagles just missed the playoffs. And they are in jeopardy, obviously, of missing it this year, as they do sit in 4th place right now. Curious to see how their push to the finish will continue. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. They played much better over the last couple of months. They didn't start the season particularly good. They have played sporadically at times. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they said that the batter, Tatsumi, had went around, and he's going to be retired on strikes. And it looks like Kishi's getting out of the dugout. He's going to come out and start throwing so he can complete the ball game here tonight. That's good to see. I like that. Get an opportunity to start and to finish. The veteran right-hander knows how to get it done. The first pitch to Asamura was taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Here comes the offering from Yoshida. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. Boy, Yoshida's come in and looked pretty darn good, considering they're down by a unconverted touchdown in this one. Here's Yoshida rocking again, wasting no time. There is a breaking ball in the dirt. Nice stop there by Tamura. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Also want to thank everybody for listening in and staying with us as long as you did here tonight, as we are about ready to wrap this one up, as it's going to be going to the bottom of the ninth here, one would think, shortly. Here's the 1-2. And that ball is a breaking ball waved at and missed. And that is going to be retiring Asamura as he walks out of the dirt circle. He is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. You're going now to the bottom of the 9th inning. Your score is the Marines trailing the Eagles 6-0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Amaya has come out to talk to the umpire, but I don't think it is going to be Kishi who's getting changed out. Looks like a defensive change coming for the Eagle Ball Club at some point. We'll try to pick it up for you when we come back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. The change has been at shortstop as Moribayashi's night is done. It is Haruka Yamada taking over there. It'll be the top of the order to face Kishi here, who is at 105 pitches. That means Oka, Fujioka, and Kakanaka, and the first pitch is swung on. It is lined into right field, and it's going to get down. If it's fair, it's trouble. And it is in the right field corner, and it's been bobbled by the right fielder, Ogo. And cruising into second with a double is Oka, as he will lead off the ninth inning with a leadoff double, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka. Ball was absolutely scorched the other way. That's been only the third hit of the game for Chiba, as that will bring Fujioka to the plate. He is 0 for 3 in this one. He's grounded out twice, and he has lined out. They're going to need some instant offense here, are the Marines, as they find themselves in the hole by 6. The right-hander holds to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's ball 1 to Fujioka. So 1-0 it is. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander holding himself to the set position, and here comes the offering. Checks the runner at second, now delivers. Fastball swung on, lifted into straightaway center field. Coming in underneath it is Tatsumi. He makes the catch. Oh boy. He threw an absolute bullet over to third. That sends a message, as he got that back into the infield. If Oka was thinking of tagging and moving along, showing off the arm was Tatsumi. So 1 gone here, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Kakanaka made a really nice catch in that last half inning, or a couple innings ago, actually it was. So he comes to the plate batting .295 with 3 homers and 20 RBIs. He's 0 for 3 in this one here tonight. He has struck out twice and grounded out in his 3 trips. As Kishi holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. Fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Kakanaka on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. Advancing to third is Oka, and that is going to bring Neftali Soto to the plate with 2 gone and a runner at third. Well, the only mystery that's left in this one here is Kishi going to be able to complete this game with a shutout, as they do have the runner at third base and 2 gone. I think about Kishi here in terms of his outing here tonight, as the right-hander ready to deliver. Kicks and fires, fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. And for Kishi, when you think about over the course of his career, he's got 44 complete games. And he also has 20 shutouts. He's got 1 shutout already this year. So here comes the 0-1 pitch to Soto, as Kishi kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field, moving over underneath it. And there to make the catch is Ogo, and that is going to do it, as that will retire the Marines here for the third out. Well, they had no runs in the inning. They strand the leadoff double by Oka at second. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. Your final score is the Eagles 6 and the Marines no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back to wrap this one up for you when we return right after this. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Welcome back, everybody. Well, we give you the recap of this one here and then the rundown across the NPB tonight. Your final score was 6-0 for the Eagles. Eagles struck first in the first inning with 2 outs. It was a Ryosuke Tatsumi single. He stole second, then he was brought home on an RBI single off the bat of Hideto Asamura. That gave him an early 1-0 lead. In the second inning, they added a pair more, did the Eagles, after Daichi Suzuki was hit by a pitch. And then it was a Yukiya Ito strikeout. Up stepped Hiroto Kobakata, and he deposited a 2-run homer into the seats to give the Eagles a 3-0 lead. And that's where it stayed until the sixth inning. In the sixth inning, Asamura led off with a single, and after a Suda strikeout, Daichi Suzuki also singled. That put runners on the corners, and up stepped Yukiya Ito, and he delivered a 2-run double to increase the scoreline to 5-0. Eagles added to their lead in the seventh with 2 out, a leadoff walk to Tatsumi, and then a walk to Asamura. Up stepped Yasuda, and he delivered home a single that brought home Tatsumi with the 6th run of the game, and that is where it ended. The win tonight goes to Takayuki Kishi. He goes to 6-10 on the season. The loss goes to Yuki Kurakawa as he drops to 3-1. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. Those of you who stuck it out, whether you listen live or on delay, always appreciative. Give you the rundown from around the rest of the NPB as the games in the Central League are all finals. Earlier tonight, the Swallows knocked off the Bay Stars 4-3. It was the Dragons over the Carp 1-0 at the Vantolin Dome. So both the Bay Stars and the Carp, who are a half game apart on each other, weren't able to gain any ground on one another as the Carp are still on the outside looking in by a half game. And the game that was a battle for first place, it was a pitcher's duel at the Cochin Stadium. Foster Griffin got the win 1-0 over the Tigers. That was your final score there. That was a game we wanted to call earlier tonight, but we couldn't call because we had problems with our feeds. Could have given you the other games. If we would have known that, we would have stayed away. We would have faded the Tigers and faded the Giants. Games in the Pacific League tonight, outside of this one, in the top of the 5th inning, it is 7-2 for the Hawks over the Buffaloes. And in the top of the 6th inning, it is a 3-3 game between the Fighters and the Lions. Lions were enjoying a 3-0 lead. The Fighters were able to come back and to tie it up. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for hanging with us again tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We look forward to seeing you guys over the next little bit. We'll be back on the airwaves a little later in the week, so check the schedule as we will post it up as it becomes available. Once again, everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you again a little bit later.